The ride to work was a slippery one. Going home's no piece of cake either. It's all thanks to another winter mess. Chances are you've seen some of these in your travels. PennDOT crews on the job before the sun came up today, trying to stay one step ahead of this storm. Good evening once again. I'm Rob Vaughn. Wendy Davis is off tonight. The white stuff and the wet stuff have been falling all day long. But even though the roads are messy, many decided to brave the bad weather anyway. Our live team coverage of the winter storm starts with WFMZ's Bo Koltnow. He's on MacArthur Road in Whitehall Township once again. Bo?
Hey, Rob. Luckily, the weather is calm now, and traffic is flowing along MacArthur Road and 22 behind me. But that was not the case earlier today. However, the conditions were not bad enough to keep many inside. Thursday's weather turned streets into slush, backing up sections of MacArthur Road, even making things tough for man's best friend. What's it like out today?
Pretty miserable.
Nasty. Just nasty.
The conditions are not nasty enough to keep Ilona Stauffer inside.
I had the day off from school, so it was a good day to catch up on Christmas shopping.
Emily Baker was out too, not for play, but traveling for work. You don't travel with an umbrella? You're using a coat?
I know I am. I didn't expect it to be this bad out.
Slick, wet conditions made for tricky travel for drivers.
I teach over at Sheridan Elementary School, and I stopped over at the school, and they were having problems coming up Tillman Street there. Coming up that hill right by 5th Street.
For anyone else losing the battle with the roads, Josh Radcliffe gives this advice.
Two-wheel drive, stay home. Four-wheel drive, you'll be all right, but I want to come out in two-wheel drive.
Now, many drivers have told us the main streets, those seem to be in good shape. It's the side streets that are a little tricky, but no matter where you're driving tonight, be very, very careful, especially with the temperatures getting below freezing. That will cause the streets to be very, very slick. Live here in Whitehall Township, Bo Koltnow, 69 News.
Well, thanks very much, and good advice. Alrighty. How much snow and sleet did we get, and what's in store for the rest of tonight? Chief Meteorologist Ed Hanna is in the Storm Center with the very latest. Ed.
Thank you so much. Yeah, as far as the liquid equivalent, it was about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. But you break it all down, we had some ice to start, some sleet, a little bit of snow, but mostly freezing rain throughout the afternoon. But it provided a ½ inch to an inch. In some cases, a little bit more than that as far as icy kind of just mess, muck. Let's get off here and show you what we've got. I don't know if muck, yuck, that's a better word for it. But you can see here over the last 12 hours how this precipitation has lifted through our area, and we're just on its last legs here. But there's a little bit of patchy fog around as well. Take a look at the past 6 hours, and you'll be able to see here. But clearly, we're seeing that last kind of batch of at least steady precipitation is lifting off to the east. Still a bit of lingering freezing drizzle. What's really gives the tail here is what temperatures are going to be doing here throughout the overnight hours, getting down into the upper 20s. So at or below freezing, clearly we're going to see anything that's wet out there freeze. So be careful as we move throughout the overnight hours. Again, temperatures hovering around that freezing mark, holding steady, but they are going to get colder during the overnight. Your 6-day forecast, we turn our attention to our next storm. That's all coming up.
But a few crashes on the roads in Berks County. One of those accidents has claimed a life. WFMZ's Melissa Batulis is joining us live now in Bern Township with the latest on the road conditions there. Melissa?
Rob, from ice to flooding, we've seen a little bit of everything tonight. And if you are heading out, road crews are urging people to stay cautious.
We were out at approximately 8:38 this morning. Our first trucks went out to take care of the roads.
At that point, it was ice, causing crashes across the county, like this one on I-78 in Bethel Township. Emergency workers say the driver was going too fast for conditions and rolled over several times. She was treated for some bumps and bruises. Another woman was not so lucky. 38-year-old Francia Santos was killed when she lost control of her minivan on Route 61 in Onalani Township.
And ended up crossing over the median strip and was struck by a tractor trailer that was northbound on 61.
Later this afternoon, back on 78, but about 30 miles to the east, a car and truck tangled, tying up traffic. Around the same time, crews in Spring Township were dealing with flooding. Cars were forced to detour around this mess on Van Reed Road. As night falls and the temperatures get colder, road crews say there's only so much they can do to fight ice, and drivers will need to stay alert or just stay home.
Especially when you have ice buildup, and you can lay so much salt down, but Mother Nature is always against us.
Now, crews are worried about icing tonight because the salt that they laid down this afternoon was followed by a lot of rain, which likely washed most of that away. Live in Bern Township tonight, I'm Melissa Batulis, 69 News.
All right, Melissa, thanks very much for the update from Bern Township. The wintry weather is leaving some people in the dark tonight. Thousands of PPL customers are without power. More than 3,000 in Allentown without power. Another 2,000 in Bucks and Montgomery.